Welcome to another exciting edition of Gateway Diary, the program that takes you behind the scenes of the transformation, innovation and purposeful leadership driving progress in Ogun State, the gateway to Nigeria's greatness. I am Victoria Oniaye. Here is what we've lined up for you today. Governor Gov Abiodun continues to reposition agriculture as a pillar of economic transformation and food security in Ogun State, with the completion of a 5,000 bird per day poultry processing facility and a modern cassava processing plant. Governor Gov Abiodun delivers more kilometers of quality roads as he commissions Professor Wole Soyinka train station road in Laderi in Abeokuta South local government area of the state. Plus, a progress report on the Ayetoro Igon-Okuto in Mashayi Road and the Tai Solarin Road in Ogun West and East senatorial districts of the state. All these stories and more are coming your way, so stay with us. We begin this week on a happy note. Making excuses for why a road project cannot be constructed is not the style of Prince Gov Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State. That's because his administration has prioritized the construction of critical road infrastructure, even when legally some of these roads fall under the purview of the federal government. One such road is the Professor Wole Soyinka train station road in the Laderi area of the state. This road is a very important link between the train station and other parts of the state capital, while also welcoming visitors into Ogun State. Governor Abiodun, recognizing its economic and social importance, approved its reconstruction to ensure a smoother and safer journey for residents and visitors alike. With the completion of the road, which he recently commissioned, the governor once again reaffirmed his commitment to good governance and quality infrastructure.
Ogun State has been quietly but steadily rewriting its economic story without noise. And now, the results are changing and impossible to ignore. In less than 7 years, under the leadership of Prince Gov Abiodun, Ogun State's gross domestic product has grown from 3.9 trillion naira to an impressive 17 trillion naira. Some analysts describe the surge as not just growth, but as a bold leap forward, one that is redefining Ogun State's economic future. Today, Ogun State wears its crown proudly as Nigeria's industrial capital, boasting more industries than any other state in the country. The numbers tell their own story, with more than 6,000 industries spread across multiple sectors of the state's economy. This is already translating into more jobs for the people. There's also growth for small businesses while rural communities are opening up.
Must have a pathway to implement that vision. And we call that pathway our ISHEYA pillars. ISHEYA is an acronym I-S-E-Y-A. I for infrastructure, S for social well-being and welfare, E for education, Y for youth employment and job creation, and A for agriculture. So with these pillars, we are able to precisely implement our vision and also measure our performance.
Now, here's another number worth paying attention to. More than 1,600 kilometers of roads have been constructed, reconstructed, and rehabilitated across Ogun State in nearly 7 years. In sheer scale, that achievement rivals what took more than 16 years of governance in the past. But rather than talk numbers, let's show you the journey. Before 2019, Ogun State's story was a far cry from what it is today. The state had become an easy reference point in public conversations about abandoned projects and failed promises. In fact, some analysts once said that even if the state government devoted its entire annual budget to road construction alone, the backlog would still be overwhelming. But the times have changed. That old narrative has been completely rewritten. Today, Ogun State stands tall as a benchmark, an example of sustainable development that others now study, admire, and seek to emulate. Governor Gov Abiodun has done more than tweak the old script. He has torn it up and written an entirely new one across all 20 local government areas of the state. Roads are springing up where there were once none. Abandoned routes are being brought back to life, and long-shot doors to growth and development are being flung open, giving communities a fresh chance to thrive economically. Here in Ogun Central Senatorial District, precisely at Belkuta, the seat of government, Governor Dakpo is here to commission the Professor Wole Soyinka train station road in Ladering or Bafemi Owode local government area. Well-wishers, cabinet members, traditional rulers and stakeholders gather to witness yet another milestone. Governor Abiodun's joy knows no bounds. For him, this moment is not about personal triumph. It is about good governance, economic progress, compassionate leadership, and building bridges across regions and communities.
It is probably about 3.5 kilometers. But it is not the length of the road that is important. It is the service, the complementary service, the impactful service that this road continues to render, by allowing hundreds of thousands of people every month, every year, to find an alternative means of coming to our state, besides coming on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
He reaffirms his commitment to reducing Ogun State's infrastructure deficit, announcing that this commissioning marks the beginning of many more. For him, going forward, his administration will commission at least 2 roads every month.
In the next few weeks, I'll be meeting all of you over and over again as we move from central to east to west in commissioning various projects. By the grace of God, Ogun State will be 50 next month. And these projects will be projects that will allow us to celebrate 50 years of our existence as a corporate state.
To stakeholders and residents of Ogun State, Governor Gov Abiodun is a leader who puts governance before politics and has brought a breath of fresh air to the state. They say he is a man not only changing the fortune of the state, but also touching lives.
We have a federal government project that we spend taxpayer money, that are railway stations, and without good road, we cannot maximize the effectiveness of that railway station. We will not be able to get the best out of it. And I know that my Oga, the governor of Ogun State, is a deliberate person. Whatever you want to do, you always bring the best out of it. I want to congratulate you and congratulate myself that we are witnessing the commissioning of this project.
But I must say that with this road, you have even shocked me. When this road was a bit passable, I used to leave my car here, go to Lagos by train, use Uber, and come back until it got so deplorable. And now to see that this is being commissioned, we thank you very much.
Praise comes in many forms, but for Governor Abiodun, it is earned in sleepless nights, sustained effort, compassionate leadership, strategic planning, and a clear, visionary mindset. And in Ogun State today, the evidence speaks louder than words.
Let's now turn our attention to a major metric of economic development, which is agriculture and food security. Under the administration of Prince Gov Abiodun, agriculture is more about building industries and creating shared prosperity. Through various initiatives and strategic interventions, the state government is positioning Ogun State on the global map, leveraging agriculture as a tool for economic transformation. A major highlight of this effort is the revitalization of farm settlements and agricultural institutions across the state, transforming them into hubs for innovation and value addition. With these interventions, Ogun State is not only determined to feed itself, but also to contribute significantly to feeding Nigeria and beyond.
In Nigeria, for years now, there has been a sustained drive to diversify the nation's economy beyond oil. The nation realized that with the trajectory the global economy is going, it was no longer viable to make Nigeria prosperous through oil. The nation decided to use other sectors in which it was once a leader and sectors it is beginning to emerge as a leader. It decided to diversify its economy using agriculture, mining, tourism, entertainment, culture, and fashion. And when it comes to agricultural diversification of Nigeria's economy, subnationals are at the center by not only boosting food security, but also building industries. One of the champions of Nigeria's agricultural revolution in recent times is Ogun State. The state, known to many as the gateway to other parts of the country, as the industrial capital of the nation, is not only providing food for the country, but to other parts of the world, bringing foreign currencies into the country and creating jobs, all thanks to the strategic leadership of Prince Gov Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State. Ogun State agriculture under the leadership of Governor Gov Abiodun is not subsistent farming to feed a few. It is even beyond farming. It is innovation merged with mechanization, industrialization, and public-private partnership. Today in the state, agriculture is being done in a mechanized, coordinated, and cheap way, as farmers in the state are being supported by the Governor Abiodun's administration with tractors and other farm machinery, fertilizers and other farm inputs, training, technology, and funding. Ogun is now a one-stop shop for others who want to learn how to coordinate small-scale farming into large-scale.
We have supported over 33,000 farmers. We have mechanized over 9,000 hectares of farmland. We have supplied over 90,000 units of agrochemicals. We have distributed over 20,000 bags of fertilizers. We have done over 200,000 bags of fish feed, over 78,000 bags of poultry feed, while over 290,000 tons of agri-produce were off-taken by large farms and manufacturers. You know, numbers don't lie.
There is an industrial part of agriculture that also exists in Ogun through public-private partnerships, because not only is the state home to the largest private farms and agro-allied industries in the country, Governor Abiodun is also working around the clock to bring in international players into the sector. He is not inviting them by word of mouth alone, but by creating the enabling environment for them.
Attract more investors to our state, and we said that our vision must be that which is to provide a focused and qualitative governance, whilst creating an enabling environment for public-private sector partnership, which we believe is fundamental to the economic growth of the state and the individual prosperity of our people. And that is our vision. We said that vision very lofty, vision very intentional. However, we must have a pathway to implement that vision. And we call that pathway our ISHEYA pillars. ISHEYA is an acronym ISEYA. I for infrastructure, S for social well-being and welfare, E for education, Y for youth empowerment and job creation, and A for agriculture.
Beyond all this, Governor Abiodun is now renovating and transforming farm settlements and farm institutes across the state. These settlements and agricultural hubs used to be a symbol of agricultural excellence and innovation until they ceased to be due to neglect. Take the Odeda Farm Settlement in the Odeda local government area of the state. This place has been transformed into a poultry processing facility with 10 modern pens that can take 10,000 birds each, 5,000 birds a day, bird processing facility, a cold room, bungalows for farmers, solar power, and many more.
His Excellency, in his wisdom, is using this to expand the gap that Ogun State already has in terms of poultry productivity in Nigeria. You know, we're extending our leadership role, and by so doing as well, we're reducing the deficit when it comes to importation of poultry into the country, by conserving our foreign exchange.
In Ilaro, the Yewa South local government area of the state, Governor Abiodun has gone to construct a modern cassava processing and storage facility. The goal with this facility is to ensure that farmers can add value to cassava in a better form.
Massive investment into value addition for them, so giving them equipment and tools so that they can process their own products, they can dry them, they can blast freeze them. It brings more value and more time to their goods, because sometimes they're left having to sell very quickly and very cheaply because of the access to market. But now with this, they can focus on export markets, they can focus on increased production, they can focus on even supporting other farmers in the area. So this kind of facility is not just helpful for them, but it's for them to also encourage this kind of activity for other farmers and other people in the community, because they know that they can actually come, they can process and make more money.
These facilities are not only attracting farmers to do more, but they are also attracting people into farming, encouraging the youth to enter the field and making farmers prosperous. Governor Dapo Abiodun is being lauded for this initiative.
My reaction is very positive, because we are so glad in our farm here for seeing what they have done for us, and it has really maintained the sustenance. You know, the farmers are so happy.
You can blink your eye if you want to. Yes, this is happening in Nigeria. These facilities are based in Ogun State. Yes. Governor Dapo Abiodun is the man who knows the potential of Ogun State, knows how to maximize its potential for economic development, and he is doing so. Facilities like these are not just clear evidence. They are a symbol of the progress Ogun has witnessed.
And there are more road projects, but this time around we'll tell you about a road project that is fostering community development. In Ogun State today, quality roads are no longer limited to urban centers. They now extend to villages, towns, settlements, and communities that had been neglected for years. Through deliberate action, Prince Dapo Abiodun is correcting long-standing infrastructural gaps while opening up these communities for economic growth. Notable examples include the Ayetoro Igonkoto Imashai Road and the Tai Solari Road in the Ogun West and East senatorial districts of the state. Let's take you on a trip there.
Prince Gov Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, lives for moments like this, and he serves for moments like this. That shared smile, that relieved face, and that single human connection that rekindles hope and reminds a community that tomorrow can indeed be brighter under the watch of a great leader. It is for moments like this that Governor Gov Abiodun is pushing new roads into the heart of villages, rural settlements, and once forgotten corners of Ogun State. Places that had long been forgotten and falling off the map are now back with new structures and outlook. Beyond the smiles and handshakes, Governor Gov Abiodun understands that when roads reach the people, food reaches the table.
Our food baskets. That is where we have our farmlands. Our people are predominantly farmers. Ogun State is about almost 17,000 square kilometers, out of which about 12,000 square kilometers of that is arable land. And our people are farmers. How do we unlock their potentials? How do we ensure that we achieve food security? If we don't ensure that we construct these roads that connect our farmers from the rural to the market.
These roads are opening up communities and knitting Ogun State closer together, healing old wounds left by years of neglect. Through inclusive governance, Governor Gov Abiodun is turning his vision of an economically vibrant Ogun State into a lived reality. From one local government to another, across all 20 local government areas, the evidence is there for all to see. Take, for instance, the Ayetoregon-Kutoimashai Road in Ogun West Senatorial District. It is one of the state's key food-producing hubs. For years, this road was a nightmare. It was a daily reminder of government neglect until Governor Gov Abiodun rewrote the story. Today, the road stands fully reconstructed and the joy of the residents is boundless. What was once a nightmare for commuters has become a road of purpose, making movement seamless for everyone. Now businesses are thriving and farm produce now reaches markets faster, fresher, and in great quantities.
We want to give thanks to God Almighty for giving us this opportunity, having a very good road network like this by our His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Gov Abiodun, CON, because the only accessibility that we have as good governance as far as Ogun State is concerned, the major one is road network.
Then, there's the Taisholari Road in Ikenne local government area of Ogun East Senatorial District. It was once narrow, flood-prone and dangerous. It was notorious for accidents and disruptions to daily life and commerce. But that chapter has closed. The road has been fully reconstructed, and the message from residents is loud and clear. They say thank you to Governor Gov Abiodun, who they describe as a listening leader who understands the daily struggles of his people and who is determined to fix what needs fixing.
We have a lot of bad experience about it before. But now, as you can see, we really appreciate the person that will do this road for us. Because now I can see it's very nice and good.
And therein lies the true transformation in the state infrastructure and in the hearts of the people. Now they can travel with ease, confidence and pride. That's because Governor Gov Abiodun is not merely fixing roads, he is paving way for dignity, opportunities in the state, and also creating a future where the collective spirit of Ogun State can truly soar.
And that brings us to the end of this week's edition of Gateway Diary. Thank you for watching and for joining us on this inspiring journey of progress, innovation and transformation in Ogun State, the gateway to Nigeria's greatness. Until next time, I am Victoria Oniaye, reminding you to keep believing in the Gateway dream.